Hey, everybody. Welcome to Magic Monday. I'm Terry Suzuki of Kigaru Spiritual Journeys, and I am here with my two lovely, lovely co hosts, SunPsychic Jean and Wisdom Seeker Joan. And it is so nice to be back with you, ladies. It's always fun on Mondays to do this. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I love our Magic Mondays, and I always look forward to it. I have notified everybody on my community page, and I see Kim B is here already. So nice to see you, and Granny
Mhm.
B, and Kim B, and there's
Oh,
yep, and Cody is
Cody.
here.
Yay. Yay.
Wonderful.
So, Jean, you were just telling us just before we got in here uh, about a wonderful new adventure you went on. Would you mind telling us all about it? Because I think it helps all of us learn to do these things a little better.
hmm I went to a spot energy chakra healing demonstration, and it was quite. It was very well done, and it was the first time that I went to this particular place for classes. This particular place is like a meditation place, and it's sort of back in the woods behind a horse farm, and it's a really quiet, beautiful setting. And I've seen things. I found it on Facebook, and I've seen meditation. Advertisements come out like on Sundays or Tuesdays and different days, and then they'd also have classes after their meditation group. Oh, it's a sound bath. They have sound bath meditations, and
Oh,
I've wanted to do that too. Yeah, I looking forward to attending one of those next time. But this was a class for spot energy chakra healing, and I thought it was really very interesting. And they taught us how to tell with our pendulum if the chakra was in need of energy or was overstimulated and need to have some energy removed, or if it was totally like dormant. And then they showed us, she did a demonstration on how she would do the healing. And she also told us about the chakras in each of our uh,
joints.
uh, joints. Yes, each in the joints, like in the hip joints and the knee joints and the ankle joints and the wrist joints. And that a lot of times emotions and energy and like trauma or traumatic history is sort of stagnant in those areas. And it was absolutely amazing. You could see the difference. And like there was the person on the table that she was doing a demonstration with, and this person had real pain, and she was putting her hands like on her back. And she was saying, yes, the pain is like about an 8 or something, and you could see like she was very tense and her whole body was like in a tense state. And then as she was working through and doing the releasing and balancing technique that she was showing us, you could see how this person just totally relaxed. And I felt myself like tensing up when and then relaxing. I was like going through, I was having empathy for the person, but I could feel like just this little bit of a relief. And I was like following it. It was very well done. It was very interesting. And do you want me to show them?
Sure.
It
Show
it
them.
it it inspired me to get my Reiki doll out. And if everybody knows that Reiki is able to be done uh, remotely, and a lot of people use teddy bears, but because you need like arms and legs and feet and stuff. But I found this is an angel. This is my Reiki angel, and her arms move and her legs move, and she has feet. And like if I have to hold her shoulders, I can hold her shoulders here, and then her third eye, and this is her crown chakra right here. And I can see all the chakras, and she actually has wings back here. And isn't it just fitting? She actually has ears. Isn't that just fitting that this is an angel, a Reiki angel? So this is what I do, my remote healing. And I haven't had her out in years because I really just got away from doing the Reiki remotely. But it was really, as soon as I attended that introduction or that demonstration, I, contacted somebody and said, "You want to practice with me?" And I practiced right away because it's really important to reinforce and to try it yourself.
Yes, it is. I love one of our chatters, Baby Angel, says, "What a cute Reiki angel." Um, so I just want to let people know. So we're doing live readings today. We just chit chat a little bit so people have time to find us. I have 2 questions in the queue. And I am also going to grab Kim B's question here. So if you have a question for us to answer, put it up in the chat. And just like SunPsychic Jean Josh said, put it in caps, stick a few emojis around it, make it absolutely annoying. Okay, so we can see it because the chat goes really fast. And when we see the caps, when we see the emojis, when we see all the color, then we like, okay, that's it. Also, just a little hint about these kinds of things, if that you put a question really early on, and if for some reason we actually miss it, which once in a while we do, you're going to have to put it in later too, because the software we're using as time goes by, the original ones are erased. So it makes it a little bit hard. But thank you so much for being patient with us. And Lady Joan, do you have anything you want to say? Nope. Okay.
No, just Jean talking about Reiki made me, and the chakras in the different joints made me think about, I've been having hip problems. It's from an old running injury, but getting some energy healing and some physical therapy and doing the exercises and all that. But over the last month, I kind of got out of doing the exercises, but I've just noticed it doesn't hurt anymore. And I thought, well, why is that? And they say hips are about moving forward. In the last couple of months, I have been getting rid of lots of stuff in the house. And I was just an hour ago painting a room and just trying to move forward with life. And funny thing, now my hips don't hurt, or at least not as bad. So thank you for that, telling your story. So I got that insight, Jean. Thanks.
Wow. Everything happens for a reason, you guys. I'm telling you. That's amazing, Joan. Thanks for saying that.
Yeah. I loved your story too, because it highlighted for me, I didn't realize until very recently that your chakras should be kind of aligned. They should be open about at the same amount, each one of them. I didn't know that at all. And I went to a show recently and my crown chakra was extra open and my legs would not hold still. They just kept moving. I mean, in a weird way, not like I'm tapping my foot because I'm nervous, and they were both moving, which I'd really, I could pull that off if just one of them were moving. But I actually, there's a little healer beside me, and they did their thing, and by 8 minutes in, they got my legs to stop moving.
Wow.
And they stopped. They didn't move for the rest of the day. I mean, they moved when I wanted them to move, but they didn't sit there and bounce while I'm trying to read.
And that was all the energy from all the messages and the from the other side, the energy coming in from the other side. It was going through and making your knees or your legs bounce, right?
Yes. It was just,
wow.
It was so open. It was just taking too much energy in, and my body couldn't handle it.
The image I got when you said that was that you were so high up in the air in spirit that your legs were going
no,
off the ground. Metaphorically, perhaps.
Metaphorically, yes. So I just want to say hi to a few people. We have Bora Bora here, Kim B, um, Jim Adan. Thank you for coming. You're new. Cody Mitchell, Craig Dixon, Granny B, 1961, Baby Angel. I think we said hi. Rush is here too. So thank you everybody for coming. Just another little housekeeping thing, Randy. Um, so we have your questions in a queue. We're just going to pick them randomly. We would like you to be here when the question's read. So we're going to kind of ahead of time tell you when your question is going to be um, chosen. So right now, I would like to have Cody Mitchell's question, and then Granny B, you're going to be after that. So, and I know I just saw Cody Mitchell a moment ago, so you're still here. So this is an interesting one. So Cody says, will you read into what I saw in the sky last night? I'm getting ET origin, but I'm curious to see what you guys get. It's been hard to describe or to put in words. Okay. And anyone can go when they get something.
I feel like it was an entity. I feel like it was like a Merkaba, but almost like a personal vehicle. I feel like it may have been also like a soul, or you know, it seems singular. I'm not sure. You can let me know how big it was, but it feels as though it was a um, a light being, a soul, a singular entity. Um, I don't feel as though it was, um, and you can correct me, Cody. I'm not sure if it was as big as a ship. Hey, Stash is here. Nice to see you. Um, and but that's what I was picking up, is like it almost, it just seemed like a Merkaba, and um like something fluttering and rotating, but it seemed like it was a single entity person. I don't know. Let's see.
Interesting. When I tuned in, the first thing I got was sort of the traditional image of an ET, a little green man. I don't know. I don't think that's literal, but I think it does indicate it's something from not from this dimension. And then what happened was I got sensory feelings in my chakras, and first was in my solar plexus, and then in my third eye. And the message to me was that you were allowed to see this in order to bring your thinking mind and your visionary mind closer together. And then after those two were really fluttering, then it's like, okay, these two seem to be in conflict, but then my heart chakra lit up. So uh, going through your heart, coming back to love is how you're going to integrate these seemingly, these things in our world that seem to be in conflict with the spiritual sense and the brain, or what we've all been brought up with to think is really real. So yeah, there was something there, and I think that was the message for you, was to just kind of balance those two parts of yourself.
Well, thank you, Jean and Joan. I really expected when I kind of got into your spirit that I would be seeing ETs too. Was pretty sure of that, but I am going to go the other way. I'm going to go back to the Merkaba that Jean saw, except for what lit up in me suddenly, which is kind of a sudden just knowing. So a Merkaba is a vehicle for travel that it's a spiritual vehicle for travel. It's how our spirit travels. And of course, we can't prove this or anything, but I got that it is you from a future life just checking in. That's what I got. And that's why there's that love there. And I can imagine that would seem rather ET like to see something like that. But I think that's why you saw it. I think otherwise, I don't think we see these things very often, but that's what I got. So
That is so interesting. And Cody had a little follow up here. He said it was to tell how high it was because
hard
I
to
could.
tell.
Oh, hard. It was hard. Okay. Because I could see through it, but it seemed large. As it moved, it more flowed with energy or a sort of light bending around it in the direction it was moving.
Cool.
Yeah. Cody, I'm going to hook you up with some people there, but that sounds that sounds like you definitely saw something. And Cody also said to Terry, that wouldn't surprise me, Terry.
Well, good. I was a little surprised, but oh, you never know what they're going to give us. So thank you, Cody, for letting us read on that. That was very exciting. Granny B, thank you for being here. And let's see. Kimby, you are going to be next, and then Jim. So Kimby and Jim, if you could just put just say hi or yes or something in the chat so we know you're around. Okay, so Granny B, which I just saw you here a moment ago. I think she's still here. Granny B, you might want to say yes too, just so that we know for sure that you're here, because it makes it much easier for us to read if you are actually here. So we'll give you just a moment. Let's see. Yes, she's here. Okay. So Granny B, 1961, says, if possible, may I please have a name of my angel or guide or angel, or may I know what my purpose or mission is for this lifetime? I'm going to go for me with the guide and angel, but choose whichever part you want.
I was tuning in and trying to get the angel name, and it wasn't coming through clearly, but it was something like it starts with an F, like Franiel, something like that. So since I wasn't getting a lot of clarity there, I moved on to your mission and purpose, and that came in clearly. Well, at least I don't know if the message is clear, but the image that I got was very clear, and that was a glockenspiel. You know, like in marching band, there's the glockenspiel that it's got these little things, pieces of metal that you hit, and they have a very, very clear tone. And so there was someone playing the glockenspiel, which is and you can kind of figure out what your own message is from that, but it's to, sing your own song and to raise your vibration, to become firm in your own voice, to find your own voice and make it beautiful and for others to hear.
Beautiful. That's amazing. And, you know, angels are very musical. And the frequency with that clear tone that you were talking about, Joan, is their
Yeah.
frequency. I thought that was really, it was neat that you said that. Hi, Aaron. Aaron Whitefoot's here. Nice to see you. Um, so, Granny, what I picked up for you, I just left my mind wide open. I didn't say guide. I didn't say angel. I just said, please let me know what name, what message is important for Granny B. And I heard metamorphosis, and I'm like, what the heck is metamorphosis? But what I thought about after I thought about it a little, I thought Metatron. They were trying to make me say meta. They were trying to make me say metamorph. Like, I'm like, what is metamorph? And I'm like, oh, Metatron. You know, sometimes they give you something that's in your, in your uh, vault or in your catalog to make you say something. And then, so I'm thinking Metatron is one of your angels for sure, and he's one of the big guys. Um, and I'm going to wait on the message. So Terry, if you want to go ahead, I'm going to go back in and get a
Sure.
message.
Well, the second Joan said it starts with an F, I was like, oh my gosh. So I keep lists of angels that I meet or find from others, and I don't look at it. I look at it after I get a name and then see if it's on the list. I got the angel Florence. And so when you said it starts with an F, I was just like, oh my gosh. I so Florence, the dominion, Florence is an angel, and the dominion that it takes care of is friendship and unity. So that's what Florence's job is. I mean, in general. So probably friendship and unity is something that that angel does for you. The only other thing is as I was reaching towards your team, they kind of Florence and one of your guides kind of reached, lend a hand and like tried to pull me up so I could see them real quick. So the other guide that he immediately introduced himself and is Ralph. Ralph, you just have a guy named Ralph. And they're very happy. They're very friendly. I mean, they're all, you know, happy and friendly, but they're more outgoing. So I think that some of the things that they're working on with you with have to do with friendship and unity, probably quite strongly.
Great. So what I got for you, Granny B, is as far as a message and your mission in this lifetime, I feel as though it's to shine your light. I think that they're also saying for you to remember who you are. And what I mean by that is remember that divine spark and that you're a soul living or, contained in a human vessel. And I do feel as though you have this compassion that you've earned along the way. I think that you have had, it's almost like you had two or three families or you had two or three jobs. There's something where you engaged and connected into a group of people, and then that group dissolved for some reason. And it's almost like you are and what it is, it's not that the relationships fell apart or that anything went wrong. It was that you were moving forward spiritually and it in a vibrational frequency farther. It's almost like you outgrew those other people, and it's almost like they had to end in order for you to move forward, in order for you to expand and move forward. But I do feel as though you have some history, some ties, and some uh, I don't want to say the word, but you may say that they were failed attempts, but they're not failed attempts. They were attempts of learning who you were, what you would tolerate and what you wouldn't, and the people, what you expect from people around you. You expect respect, honor, and you know, honesty, these things. And if that group was not supporting you in that, it was important for you to continue to grow and move on. But that's what I was picking up, Granny.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, Granny B, thank you so much for letting us read you. Um, okay, let's go. Okay, so Kim B, I said you were next, and then Jim. So did anyone see if Kim B said hi? Yes, she did. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, Kim B. Kim B would love a reading and would love to know who her angel is. Now, remember, I just want to say something really quick. Remember, you have more than one angel. You probably have one you're born with and one you die with, but you may pick up others along the way. And the other thing I like to say is remember to call them in when you need them. Call in specialty angels. You're selling a house, call in a real estate angel. Call in somebody to help you with whatever problem you're experiencing. One time I was experiencing a lot of trouble with this laptop that I'm broadcasting on right now. And I called in a computer angel and they told me how to fix it like within 10 minutes. And it was done. It was fixed. Yeah.
You're amazing, Terry. I think I remember that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and it's being open. It's being open to hearing that guidance and trusting it and moving on it. And it's important
Right.
to move on those types of guidances immediately. Like don't let 10 minutes go by, you know?
Right.
Um,
It wasn't like I heard words in my ear. I just got this, hey, well, there's a new button I haven't seen. I'm going to poke that, and they just kind of made me poke until I got to the right area. So anyway, okay, sorry, I have now interrupted this thing. So Kim B and her angel.
Joan, did you want to go first?
I'm still kind of working on this. I've got a
Okay.
couple of things.
I I I right away can be got a motherhood angel for you, a divine feminine, a Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. I got a lot of very strong feminine and there is another Lady Nada, like all of these divine sacred divine feminine energies all around you. I'm not sure if this is something that you have representations or statues around your house or figurines around your house, but even the goddess type of energy. And I do see some of them like with the shawl over their head, or even like that very fine I don't know what organza. It's not organza. What's that really fine material? Um, Chiffon. It's a chiffon, very fine chiffon sort of gauze or chiffon sort of, um, you know, um, I just said it, the veil over the head. But I'm not sure if this is something that you wear, that you resemble, that you admire, but they're really coming through quite strongly with on that line. So, but that's what I was getting.
First of all, I was getting lots and lots of love for you. And other than that feeling, the first thing that came in was the image of a big foot in a sandal. And it reminded me of an angel that somebody told me about. In fact, it was this artist who had she did a painting of Gladys, the angel of parking. The way, the parking angel, the one who saves a parking space for you. And she said in the painting, it was because she has this big foot and she puts it in the space and saves it for you. So your angel isn't Gladys, the angel of parking, but they were telling me that in just to encourage you to use your angels in practical ways, little ways, like the whole parking, finding a parking space is a way to connect and say, yeah, this is real. Because then the next thing that I saw was an angel with sort of like a magic wand, and she was going in circles and she was going around like this, and you could see the stars and everything tracing around. And it's like the doing something little, like asking for, a good parking space or whatever, something simple, is a way to keep that energy moving, and a way to keep them, your awareness of their activity in your life and even the smallest things alive, so that when big things come, that you can trust in that. So that's these little things that you can build on. So yeah, keep moving the energy, and just, again, so much love. But I didn't get a specific name this time for your angels, just that that kind of encouragement.
Kim, I got I believe this is more like your birth angel, and I got the angel Voy, Voy, and Voy is the angel of life purpose. So how appropriate is that? That the angel whose dominion is life purpose is your birth angel. So I believe that that would be a great angel to work with, to start working with Voy, asking about your life purpose. So let them guide you. Okay. Well, thank you so much for letting us read your question. This is so much fun, ladies. This is working out well. I love reading angels. It just really kind of lights up my soul. So next is Jim. And is Jim here? Did anyone see anything from Jim? Okay, Jim, we're not seeing your hi or something that lets us know you're here, because we need you to be present when we're reading. So Jim, I'll give you a chance to
Yep, he's here.
Oh, he's here. Oh, good. Yay. Okay, so Jim is new, and he would like to know, is there a message for him to help him change the direction in his life, please? Maybe a message from his guide. Okay. Okay, Jim, we'll see what we can get.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in because it came in real strong, and was emphasized by the first card I drew. They just want you to choose something and move forward. That I saw you standing in a city at a stop sign, and the light came on, and it was like, instead of red and green, it was the guy, the little guy walking. And so they want you to walk forward, and you're thinking, I'm not sure if this is the way. And we zoom out, and it's like, yeah, but from here, we're on a grid. You can go here. You can get back to where you wanted to go. You just need to get moving, to make a choice and kind of move forward from there. And when I drew a card, I got the Hanged Man, which is a good symbol of someone who's like, oh, I can't decide. I'm hung up between all these options, and I'm just tying myself up in knots over it. So there's not one right way. There's decisions with consequences and benefits, and pluses and minuses in any way. But choose a path that seems right at this time, and just move forward and ask us for help. We'll be there along the way.
Ooh, that is so great.
That was great. Really good, Joan. I felt that. That was pretty intense. So, Mr. Jim, what I first heard for you is forgiveness. And that would be forgive yourself for anything that you've chosen that wasn't to your liking or didn't work out for you. Forgive yourself for all of our successes and our failures is is who we are at this moment. It brought you to be who you are at this very moment. So forgive anything and try not to be so hard on yourself. They ask for you to be kind to yourself and start choosing words that are kind. And instead of saying, "Oh, I'm so stupid, I forgot my wallet." Don't, just say, "Oh, next time I hope I remember my wallet," or something. Just those little things are really important to change the energy around our self reflection or our self awareness. And they want you to choose what you want in every choice that you make. The kind of coffee, whether it's decaf or regular, whatever it is that you truly want, do what is really something that you want to do, and and then do that. If you want to have cream in your coffee, or if you don't want to have cream in your coffee. And I know that you're saying, Jean, that doesn't mean anything. I can make choices like this, but what it does is it trains us to know what it feels like to make a decision that is in our favor. That it is definitely something that is our bliss, allows us to connect to our bliss, connect to what's going to make me happy. So the choices are each moment and each morning that you wake up. Choose something that moves you towards what your bliss, your goals, your truest desires, and try to make these decisions based on your gut, your feeling, your body, and how that responds, or whether it's going to make you happy, and not based on if it's going to make you money, or if it's going to look good to the neighbors, or if it's going to impress the guys at the office. Make sure it's really just something truly that you feel that you want, that makes you happy. And it's really small things, but it's each choice and moving in that direction, because making an entire different direction of a life is really difficult, but in each choice we can choose something that brings us closer to our goals. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Well, it does to me. Sorry. Uh, so, Jim, so as a psychic medium, and as all of us as psychic mediums, we start to have a library of things that we can refer to. And for me, when that library comes into play, they say, tell them the things, tell them the things. And they point out to me which things on the library are supposed to be told. And for you, what they want me to tell you is to go ahead and make these decisions. Make these decisions with a little bit more confidence than you're doing now, because this is what they want you to know. You can't make a wrong decision. You can't make a bad decision. I mean, you can make a decision that maybe you're going to learn something about what you don't want to do, but there is no decision that you could make right now that's going to separate you from the love of the Creator. There's people are always so afraid to make the wrong decision because they think that it's going to be wrong and that God is going to judge them, or somebody's going to judge them, or something. And that is just not so. They want you to go ahead and make the decision. And if it's not quite right for you, you're going to make a new decision. We are here with free will. You have free will. Go ahead and make the decision and then let them help you course correct. You can do that. That's what's so cool about all of this, that we get to do it because there's free will. We get to make the decisions. We get to make the choices, and we get to course correct when they don't quite work out the way we want them to. Or sometimes they work out in ways that we could never have it, grand ways that we could never have thought. So please go ahead, make the decision based on how you want your life to go. Thank you, Jim. Okay. I think I forgot to announce the questions ahead of time now, or we're all caught up. So let's see. We just had Jim. So I believe Jess is here. Didn't we just hear from Jess like 2 seconds ago?
Yes.
Yes.
Jessree.
So Jessree is here, so you're going to be next. Baby Angel, you're going to be after that. So, Jessree, may I please have a message from Spirit about my grandson, who is 9 months old, that I have custody of right now? Please and thank you. Okay.
What's
So,
his name? Yeah,
yeah, it would be helpful.
just
But
his first name.
yeah.
He
So,
sounds like a handful, and he sounds like Paxton. Oh my God, how cute, Jezree. Does he have like really like those baby legs? I love those baby legs at 9 months old. Oh, I love them. I love them. And they're strong. They're so strong. Oh my gosh. He's he's you're going to save each other. You're saving him and he's going to save you right back. And he is very chubby, she says. Those, I'm telling you, they're solid too, aren't they? They're solid. Oh, I love it. 9-month-old chubby Paxton. I do feel as though you're saving him now, and he's going to save you right back. You two have a soul bond, a soul agreement when you came into this world, or when he came into this world, or before you both came into this world, to be there for each other. And it's um, it's it's beautiful. It's a beautiful relationship. He feels the love. You can communicate with him through your telepathy right now. He understands for sure. Hi, Scott.
I'm getting literal and figuratively that you're giving him the solid ground to learn to walk on, so that when he gets to the point that he can walk, he's going to be on solid ground, and it doesn't have to worry. And let's see, what else was it saying? That to just dive into those eyes and know that your love is going to be very healing, and for each other. But it's just the angels are thanking you for giving him this opportunity. And yeah, you're just going to be, it's a beautiful gift. So Spirit, tell me more about Paxton's future. Yeah, this is going to be the solid ground, not only to learn how to walk on, but to launch from. So yeah, you're giving him that solid base. It's really, really important that you're doing this, and he's going to be just fine.
wow. So I'm not going to go back and say anything that Joan and Jean haven't already said, because they're so right on. So when I saw you and Paxton on my stage, the first thing I noticed is that Paxton is connected to you by this chain. And I thought, well, that looks a little weird. We don't generally put what looks like a dog chain on a child. That's kind of odd. But they're trying to show me something, that he so absolutely bedrock trusts you. Right now, as this little kid, he's absolutely connected to you. But this connection is like steel, because this is from other lives as well. You two are connected, just as Jean and Joan have said. The other thing, though, that when I was looking at this picture that was a little odd, is you are leading Paxton towards the left. You're going to the left. And in the way they show me things, left is to the past. And I feel like you are somewhat dwelling in the past. Maybe the past that suddenly put Paxton in your custody. Maybe it's just maybe you're dwelling a little bit in the past, and the reason Paxton is behind you, and the reason Paxton kind of has that chain too, is to help pull you back, to help pull you around to go to the right, which is forward into the future, because that's where Paxton's going. Paxton's going into the future no matter what.
Well done. Well said. Oh my gosh, I feel that so much.
Yeah.
Jezreel. That was really, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yep.
Bless you for being there for him.
Yes. Yes.
That was amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank you,
Brilliant.
Jezreel. Ooh, and she thanks each one of us. That's nice.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to, where is it? Baby Angel. Baby Angel, thank you for being here.
And who would be next?
Okay, after Baby Angel, let's see. Let's do KK and Michelle F. So KK and Michelle F, if you are listening, just put a little hi or here or whatever, just so we know you're around. And we'll read Baby Angel first and then move to your questions. So Baby Angel asks, are there any karmic or spiritual reasons, lessons behind the connection I had with my ex?
Well, I think that all of our relationships are related to lessons in this lifetime in one way or another. It's just the nature of, if we have a relationship with somebody, there's something that we need to learn or that they need to learn. I do understand, Baby Angel, that I feel as though this person was not meant to be in your life for a very long time. I think that I feel like there were circumstances that made each of you make a quick decision that wasn't. But it's not that, because some people make a decision in 2 weeks and they live a lifetime together. It was just that this person it was already planned that they wouldn't be in your life for very long. And the lesson behind it, I think that I think it was important for you to find out who you were and who you wanted to be. And I think that this person was, uh, they were a mirror to everything that you didn't want. And you knew that that wasn't you, that you couldn't continue that way, and that something needed to change. I feel like it taught you to see who you were. And I was talking about mirrors yesterday, and they are a mirror to you to show you either who you are or who you don't want to be. And that you can see yourself and your own soul in the eyes of the your loved ones that you have a relationship with. And I feel as though at some point you didn't like what you were seeing in their eyes, or that was being reflected back in their eyes. And I just think it was you learning who you were, and you were more self-aware and evolved, and they were there to teach you that. And it's important to thank them, forgive them, understand that they were there for that reason and helped you on your soul's journey. I think it's just as simple as that. That's what I'm getting.
Well, I got two kind of odd things. The first one's really odd. I've never seen this before. I saw an illustration of an ovary with the egg that's being released. It's like in 8th grade sex ed class or something like that, and it's going off down the fallopian tube or wherever it goes. And the idea came that this is a potential. The egg is potential, and it might turn into a child or it might not. But this one just didn't. But it's still part of the process. Women release eggs every month, and so this was like potential that wasn't meant to be. And then what else did I get for you? It was an opportunity, a phase of growth that didn't work out, the egg releasing from the ovary. And then I said, okay, so was this a past life thing? And what I got was that you two had been around before and it didn't really work out well for you. So you had that feeling of recognition of like, I know you, that coming together. But then you recognize, oh no, I'm not going on this ride again, or I'm not taking this ride to fruition. And then when I pulled cards for you, I got return to oneness, the wholeness that is you, and the hawk. So it's like, yeah, I recognize this guy, or this person, and it seemed like it was okay, but then it wasn't working out. And that's because this time you were like a hawk and you recognized the message that was coming to you. And so you're completing a lesson that was based in a past life where things didn't work out. You didn't learn the lesson that time. You went through the whole process and it wasn't pretty. I didn't get the details on it. But yeah, so I think you should pat yourself on the back that this was sort of a learning opportunity to let this, put this fish back in the sea. There's plenty more.
Joan, look at this.
Oh my.
Wow. Wow.
I'm getting chills. My word.
Yep. You weren't just having an 8th grade sex ed lesson there. Okay, that is so cool.
Oh yeah, that makes it doubly hard, doesn't it, honey?
Yeah.
Anyhow,
speaking of doubly, that's what I'm getting. So, baby angel, you maybe want to talk to your higher self because your higher self is talking to me. And your higher self is showing me that you had not one, but 2 contracts with this person, that you set it up before you came here. And it's so interesting because she's showing me the contracts as like these very, very shiny metal boxes. They're so shiny, they could be like mirrors, like Jean said. But so it seems like maybe there were 2 things you were supposed to do with this person. The reason I said you may want to have a chat with your higher self is because they are laughing. I mean, they're laughing like, ha, 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 this is going to be fun. But they are saying, she can handle it. She has handled it. She can handle it. Your higher self has absolute confidence that you can handle these 2 contracts that you've had with this person. I kind of perceive that you're done. And it seems like the second contract was a little more spicy, a little more. For some reason, on that particular box that I'm seeing, there's like a little mustache, like a little hair. I don't know why there's a little mustache on there, but to me, it's saying there's a little bit more going on with that one than the first one. So yeah, you had 2 connections, 2 things that you planned ahead for to learn through this person, and I believe you have learned those lessons now. If you recognize what the 2 things were, I'd kind of love to know. So thank you so much for asking that. So she did say, I did so much for this person in the relationship. Yep, you did. And your guide said, or your higher self said, you can handle it. You're good at that. So Sal Rods, you were next. If you're here, just
I think you said KK and Michelle F after that.
Sorry. Thank you for. Okay, so KK, thank you for helping. KK would like an angel reading, please.
Well, I think KK, you work for the angels. You do the work of the angels. I feel as though you have the energy of angels, and you are an angel to so many people around you, whether it's your own family or people that are in your community. I feel as though you have this special quality about you that that really helps people and makes them feel better. And it, I just feel like you work for the angels, that you do angelic work here. And that's what I got.
I got something very, very similar. That it's not just that she works for the angels. You know, she is connected to horses. She has horses. You have though. People may not realize that, but a horse can sense your whole energy, your heartbeat, everything about you from up to 8 feet away. And your horses are also points where angels come and spend a little time with you to renew, to be around your horses, to get that renewing energy. So that's kind of cool. You're kind of like a way station. Yeah. What'd you get, Joan?
When I tuned in, I saw someone, someone playing the violin. And they were pointing out to me that playing the violin takes a lot of different things. It's mental, it's physical, like this hand's doing something, this hand's doing something completely different. And so it's small motor, large motor, it's using your ears, it's using all these different things to create this beautiful music. And so they're saying you're multidimensional in one, and that you can kind of walk and chew gum at the same time. You can do a lot of different things. You have a lot of different talents and skills, and that you should, and that the end result is this beautiful music. And then I drew cards for you and said, you got the Archangel of Freedom, who in this beautiful card is saying enliven your senses. So I don't know if that's whatever way you want to do that, but listening to music, maybe violin music might be one way to do it. And then I also got the owl about intuition. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. So those are two things to focus on, your sensory self and your intuition. And maybe that's the way you receive intuition, is through feeling things in your chakras or in your body, or hearing things or tasting things. But yeah, they're working with you and are very encouraging to your spiritual development.
Yes. She gave us some feedback. Thank you, Jean. I've been told that I am from the angelic realm, and that's why they work with me so closely.
Yes.
I've been asking the angels more and more each day. And she loves horses, and she likes how energetically aware they are of all realms. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that was fun. Okay. The next one was Michelle F. Okay. Do the angels have a message for me? Thank you.
I'm getting something about trees for you, Michelle. Trees, Tree. I kind of didn't say that clearly. I feel as though there is some connection with you and the trees that the angels want to talk to you about. And trees are communication. Trees are about sustenance, the oxygen that we breathe, the communication, and also the connection to the higher realms. And I feel that if you are, I love trees. I don't know if you love trees, but for some reason, the connection to the higher realms, the sustenance, the air that you breathe, and the communication skills. They're very good at telepathy. And I feel as though angels are, I feel like there's angels in nature, around you in nature, that you communicate with nature, see? And it's angels in nature. And I only said it together. You'll have to go back and listen. But it's angels, nature, communication, and it's like it's the air that you breathe. It's what not it what enables you to live and to thrive is this connection, this communication, and this angels in nature. So that's what I was getting.
That parallels what I was getting. Right away, my heart chakra lit up, and then the energy went poof out this way, almost like wings. And I heard red pill gives you wings, because I wanted to make sure that it's like it's wings. It's this the feeling of love gives you wings, not quite angel wings, but it propels you along energetically on your path. And they reminded me of how I've got a little patch garden that I've just let go into kind of a meadow, but it has a bunch of flowers in it. And this morning I was walking out and heard some birds singing, and here I'm like, because I haven't been out there to deadhead, so there's all these big they're kind of going to seed, but there were these goldfinches sitting on the purple coneflowers eating the seeds. And so it's sort of like when you send your love out to nature, even if you can't like have a perfect life or do all the weeding and keep everything perfect, just the love of nature can bring in more beautiful things like the goldfinches. And I got the Archangel Sandalphon, whose message is center and ground. So keep yourself centered. And one of the ways to ground yourself is, of course, ground yourself in Mother Earth, but just sending love out to nature. And whether that's a potted plant in your house or all the trees and purple coneflowers in people's gardens when you go by, just continue to send out your feelings of love, and it will come back to you in many, many times over.
Wow. Well, Michelle, I was blending with your energy, looking around, seeing what I could see. And then I suddenly saw this eye, this big eye. I just saw one eye at first. It's very yellow, it almost looked to me like an owl's eye. And then as I started to get closer to it, then I could finally, there was kind of like clouds that parted and I could see both eyes. And I'm like, ooh, wow. And they were very close. I'm like looking eye to eye with an angel, and they're like, please tell her we serve her. We love her. And we want her to work with us more, to just talk with us. Just imagine as you're going about your day, just having a conversation inside with us. They're saying, you may be honest with us. We know everything about you, both the bad and the good. You may be completely and utterly yourself. So that's the thing that people always think, the angels are going to be so holy, and they care for us. They want to work with us. They know exactly how we are. We're not fooling them when we're trying to be like holy to ask them for something. They know exactly who we are. So they're asking you to take a little bit step closer journey with them by going ahead and acknowledging them and talking with them and just being yourself. Just being it.
Do you mind if I jump back in?
Yes.
I've forgotten the last thing I saw was I don't know if you've ever been a waitress, but they have the order blank, and they showed me this where you write your orders, write the orders down, and it was like green with little lines through it. I just remember this from back in the day, and so they were saying put your order in and post it up there, just like when the waitress is taking your order.
Yes. Oh, that's so cool.
I love that. Wow.
Yeah.
I think that Michelle might be about a minute or two behind. And
Mhm.
but she's responding now.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
was really cool.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. That is great. And even though that reading was just, we read for Michelle, that everybody can embrace that. Your angels know you. There's no hiding from them. You can just be you, and it's just fine. And look at that. Michelle has trees surrounding her home. Lots of trees. Very
yes,
Beautiful.
good.
she's just a few seconds behind us. It's
Yes.
hard when you jump in the middle sometimes. Are
Yes.
we going to do one more? Did we want to do Sal
Well,
Roz?
um, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you have time for at least one more? I cannot believe how fast this has gone.
I know. We're
I
actually over
know.
time, you guys. I
Yep.
know.
And Sal Rods is here. So, Sal Rods, we're going to do your question if everybody's, I think I heard yes from everybody, but okay. Sal Rods, if you have time. I was told recently I have a guide, an angel of the highest order named Doromotia. Do you think I'm saying that right? Doromotia? Motia? Does
Yeah.
this name resonate as correct? Well, I'm going to real quick check my angel list that I know. I don't know all the angels, just to see if there's one like that. Nope.
I think it's one of many. I think it's one of like a head of a group of angels. I think there's like legion of angels, Sauros, and I feel as though that might be like the spokesperson. And there's not a leader. There's not a leader. They're all collective, and I feel as though this may be one that is stepping forward. That is like the spokesperson, and I feel as though. You called her in, and or you called them in. I don't know. Did she say her? But I feel like it's for some reason I feel like she's a leader of a collective or a spokesperson for the collective, and different ones will come forward in different for different reasons at different times, and that's what I'm getting. That's what I feel. How about you, ladies?
Well, I checked my pendulum and asked, is Dora Moshe a collective angel? And it said yes. Big swing, yes, not little swing. Wow.
Yeah, and when I tuned in, I got that this is correct, but she kind of he or she it wants you to call her Doro, just like a short name for Dorothy, to because and not to be kind of put in awe by the fact that she is of the highest order, but wants you to bring her down to being like a friend that you can talk to all the time, a friend that has just a little bit more oomph than the types of friends we have here, but to establish that personal relationship. And so if you want to just call her Doro, that's fine too.
Yeah. I just want to put a little more of my own 2 cents in. Sometimes I do see, so treat Dora Motia might be a collective angel, but they're speaking as one. So you can treat this being as just one thing. Um, it doesn't matter. That does sometimes happen. Sometimes I see these collectives beings. Like one of my Akashic Records team is a multi-being. I don't know. I don't even know its name. So, but it's a multi-being. But sometimes we encounter these. So, okay, well, Ladies, thank you so much. This went so fast. I'm absolutely amazed at how fast this went. Um, Jean, where can we catch you next? If the people didn't get their question read and they'd really like to get it again?
I do want to just pop up. Michelle has gave us a little bit more information. She said her husband has cancer and isn't doing chemo treatments anymore, and
Oh,
she needs her angels now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why she wanted a message from her angels. We're so sorry to hear that about your husband, Michelle, and we're sending you many angels and much love and support around this
mhm.
difficult time that you and your family are going through. But thank you very much for letting us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I will be with Terry Suzuki. Yes, right back here in just a few minutes. In less than an hour, we're doing a healing, and in fact, Michelle and everybody, we invite everybody back on Kikaru's Spiritual Journey YouTube channel, and it's a healing. It's a Akashic record healing that Terry facilitates, and I do the supporting role. And it's a very special event, and it's 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 I just can't even speak highly enough about it. And then after that, I have on Thursday, I have Gerald from Tarot Stash and I are going to be doing a mediumship show together on Thursday at 2. And then Terry Renner and I will be together at 4. And then we're going to be doing another Kikaru and SunPsychic Jean special together on later on that evening. So I have a busy week going on.
Yep. What are you up to, Joan?
I'll be on with Allie, Heart and Soul Connected, on this Thursday. Spirit Whisperer Mark and I will be joining her for Meeting with the Medium. So that'll be fun. But I wanted to thank you. And there were so many new people here who said that this was perhaps maybe one of the first times they'd been here. And we wanted to thank you for coming too, and hope that you come back next time we're together or see us elsewhere too.
Yeah. So I thank you for talking about the new people. So if you're new here, it would be really great if you would go and subscribe to each one of our channels, because we do this every other Monday, but we do it on each other's channels. So all of us get a chance to host it. All of us, it's not so easy to do the driving of these, and it's something we have to, you know, work at. And so we pass that around so that we each have to work at it. Um, that way, if you subscribe to everybody's, then you're automatically in the chat. About the show that Jean and I are going to do in just a few minutes, the focus of the healing is worry. So your Akashic Records masters want to help her heal worry in your life. And it's not, so we're not doing any readings during that show. You just participate and either say yes whenever we ask you to, or it's a, you can add words of healing into the show. So we hope we see you there, and we hope the new people will find this show helpful on other Mondays, and find us in other shows so that you can be part of this and ask your questions. Okay, ladies, thank you once again for allowing me to host and to try to drive here. So, everybody, we're going to see you later. Bye.
Thanks.
Thanks,
See
Terry.
you.